you a submissive man? Most guys will say no, but in reality, more and more men develop submissive habits, and they don't even know it themselves. They are submissive towards women, submissive at their job, and submissive towards life. Pathetic. No man ever gained anything by behaving like a worm. And if you're unsuccessful right now, there's a good chance you are too submissive, even if you deny it. Listen, it's your duty as a man to recognize your bad habits and leave them behind for good. That is why we will go over 7 daily habits of weak, submissive men. These habits must be avoided at all cost. Number 1, pleasing everyone. Submissive men are constantly pleasing others, but the best men are really a little selfish. Selfish about their own life and about their own purpose. These men know that they don't need to please everyone all the time. They're not afraid to say no or speak up when necessary. They strive to be kind and fair, but can handle other people being upset if they didn't make them happy. Number 2, dwelling on the past. Weak men constantly talk about their past. They use it as an excuse to be pathetic. Mentally strong men don't waste time dwelling on the past and wishing things could be different. Sure, they acknowledge their past and can say what they've learned from it. However, they don't constantly relive bad experiences or fantasize about the glory days. Instead, they live for the present and plan for the future. I've been through a lot in my life. In fact, this channel would have never been as big if it wasn't for my dark past. But that doesn't mean I live in the past. The past is gone. Whatever happened, happened. Your glory days are now. You have control over this moment, so don't dwell on the past. Number 3, don't challenge yourself. When is the last time you actually challenged yourself? Weak, submissive guys don't step up to challenges. They shy away from it like a scared little rat, while the best men in the world welcome a challenge with open arms. It excites them. Here is the reality. Challenges and competition directly increase a man's testosterone, especially if he wins and overcomes those challenges. And high testosterone makes a man more dominant and assertive. So find a way to challenge yourself, even if the challenge intimidates you. It is your obligation as a man. Number 4, no tribe. A man needs to have a brotherhood around him, a tribe of masculine men that will be honest with him at all times. It's easy to let yourself go or get an overblown ego when no one gives you a reality check. A good example of this is Conor McGregor and Khabib. Conor was always surrounded by yes men. Surrounded by fake people that agree with him and don't dare to critique him. No one in his circle stopped him from becoming an alcoholic. That's what happens when you don't have real brothers around you that care about you. You see, love isn't always pretty. Real love means you would say something that the other person may not like for betterment of this person. It means that even if the other person doesn't like what you say, you are willing to stand in his fire because you truly care about him. Khabib always kept his brothers around him. He couldn't become a drunk party animal even if he wanted to, because his brotherhood would keep him in check. The power of a tribe is great and shouldn't be underestimated. With constant reality checks, you are forcing each other to operate at the highest level. If you have no brotherhood, you can join the free Discord tribe in the description. It's a tribe of 50,000 men on self-improvement. It's a great way to stay honest about your self-improvement journey and find like-minded men that are honest with you. Number 5. No virtue. A man of virtue is a morally good man. He does what is right and avoids what is wrong. However, we live in strange times. Times where people rely on the law and social media to teach them what's right and wrong. It's no wonder why so many people are degenerates. Listen, the law isn't here to teach you anything about morality. In fact, there are many laws you could break while you still preserve your morality. And there are many legal acts you could commit that are inhumane and evil. Listen to that again. There are laws you could break while preserving your morality, and legal acts you could commit that would be a disgrace. So you shouldn't look at the law to teach you about morality, and neither should you look at society or the internet for it. There is a quote that goes, "Without virtue, man is most unholy and savage, and worst in regard to sex and eating." That is exactly what we're seeing in 2023. People are overconsuming sex and junk food along with other vices. There are no boundaries for these people. They live a barbaric life. The superior man thinks of virtue. The small man thinks of comfort. Always remember that. Number 6. Scrolling on TikTok. Can you imagine a masculine man with a purpose scrolling on TikTok? That's right, you can't. Because no man with a purpose scrolls on TikTok. Most guys will cope and say TikTok is educational. It is the biggest garbage you will ever hear. An hour spent on TikTok could be spent on reading a book. It could be spent on listening to a great podcast or learning from high-value men in real life. But instead, most people will scroll on TikTok and fry their brains with quick dopamine and garbage information. Imagine choosing TikTok over reading books. Pathetic. Number 7. Idolizing celebrities. There is nothing weaker than putting another human on a pedestal. But fame and status blinds people. You see, as a result of modern mass media, people are defocused away from God. This is why we see so many people choosing to idolize celebrities over God. Now, I expect people to get triggered over this point. For some reason, most people that don't believe in God get angry when you mention God. But you must understand that everyone believes in a God. And if it's not the Almighty and powerful, it's going to be something else. Whether it's a celebrity, sex, money, politics, or science, something is going to be your God. We humans are created with a deep innate understanding that there is something bigger than us out there. There are no exceptions to this. So always check yourself to make sure you aren't putting another human being on a pedestal. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.